Hey YouTube, it is Wednesday, the 7th of March. Unless you're watching this on the day I put the video up, in which case it is probably still Tuesday because the time change here is weird. So I guess that'll be the first thing I talk about. So, my parents are back in Central Time in the United States, which puts me 14 hours ahead of them. And my school, my original college, St. Mary's, is 13, I'm 13 hours ahead of them because they're in East Coast time. So it gets really confusing trying to figure out like what time it is back home, but I'm getting better at it. But it's difficult when it comes to finding time to Skype with people because I've determined that pretty much the only good time to Skype people is if I stay up really late, which I don't want to do because I am not a night owl, so it involves me making sure I wake up in time. Not necessarily like super early, but you know, early enough. Right now I've mostly been Skyping my parents like between 8 and 9 p.m. their time, which is between 10 and 11 Australian time here out by Perth. So yeah, that means you can't just sleep in as late as you want, and it takes some planning to Skype people. You can't just like get on and Skype them. But I mean, it's worth it. I like talking to my parents and people back home and all that stuff. It's also really difficult because if you want to Skype in the morning, like when I'm at college, I usually talk to my parents on the phone like mid-afternoon on Saturday or Sunday, but if I want to talk to them on Saturday or Sunday, that means I have to like wake up early on Saturday and Sunday, and those are my sleeping days, so that doesn't really work. But thankfully I don't have class on Thursday, and class doesn't start till 1:30 on Wednesdays, so I can usually Skype them on Wednesday or Thursday, so that's good. It's also really annoying having a big time difference with the internet. It's weird because you think like, oh, the internet, people are always awake on the internet because the internet lives in my computer and it's always there when I want it to be there, and it goes away when I'm not there. That's how the internet works, right? But like I never realized how much like where you are affects how you use the internet, because like I'll try and get on Facebook in the middle of the day and I'm like, how come nobody's updated their status in the past 8 hours? And it turns out all the Americans are asleep. And then I'll go to some of my favorite websites, and they also will not have been updated in forever because all of the Americans are asleep. Stupid Americans, please wake up and post new things on the internet. But then when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, I'll just like check Facebook for 5 minutes. And then like 2 hours later, I finally like gone through all of the new stuff on Facebook or Hypable or Tumblr or whatever website I'm checking. So for those of you who thought that the internet was some sort of awesome international thing, it's not. It's still very Americanized, or maybe that's just because I tend to visit American websites. But I think a lot of websites are American because America, they kind of have a lot of influence over the world, I've discovered. Like, I think I mentioned in my politics class that everybody knows American politics and American TV shows and everything to do with America, and it makes me feel less special, but it's okay. But all things considered, the time change in Australia is just one of those things you have to deal with when you live halfway across the world from everybody else that you know. And sometimes it can be annoying, but sometimes it's also fun because I get to post happy birthday notes on people's Facebook pages like a good 14 hours before everyone else. So I win at all of the birthday games. So that's all I have for this week. I'll try and think of some more interesting things to talk about next week. I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but I'm trying to post a video about Australia at least once a week, and hopefully I'll try and get some other non-Australia vlogs in there as well. That will definitely be happening come April when it will be Vita again, and it'll be my 1-year anniversary here on YouTube. So I'm super duper excited to start vlogging again every day. So I will see you all next week or sooner. Adios.